Alright, yeah, that's a good hand. I'm not in love with playing a mechanic as a grizzly bear, but it's perfectly fine. I don't think it's worth holding off until I get an ibex down. That's a good draw. The problem, of course, being it's not a huge deal, but I have to tap both my guys to attack with the caravan. It really isn't a huge deal, I guess. Alright, get a better guide. Alright, let's drop Mr. Ibex. The old Ibex. And let's start the Cultivator Caravan beats. So at 7, we can just play Whirler Maker and start spitting out dudes, so we can at least try the card out. Like I've been meaning to do. Get in for 5. And pass. Okay. So we can activate again. Let our opponent double block, perhaps. Ooh, that's even better. That is even better. That is even better. All right, so we'll play the Gear Shift Ace. Activate this little bad boy off that and this. My opponent can double block and kill the Ibex. So maybe it's even better. I don't even have to use the energy of Ibex. There is that. Because I think that's a pretty obvious double block. I'm not sure, but it feels like it is. Maybe I just do it anyway. It's not like my deck has a ton of use for energy anyway, right? Probably. So let's just get in with both. Like I said, I could save the energy. I don't think I'm going to. We'll just make that block even more appealing. I'll kill this. And then we'll drop our Whirler Maker. All right. It's pretty good against our Whirler Maker. But I guess I can revoke its privileges at some point. It's way too privileged right now. All right. There's the Sabotage. Not looking so hot at the moment, but that's all right. So let's do these two dudes again. I guess, actually. We can go like this. Crew like this. And can even attack with both of these. My opponent can block like that. It's probably fine, though. All right. Alrighty. Bastion. Alright, well, I'm going to revoke the privileges of that little fella. Let's see here. So I don't have 7 mana that I would need to do everything. So let's revoke this. 2, 3. Opponent's at 3. Let's recrew this. Again. Block there, chump there. All right. Got him on the run here. Okay. I see. So crew again. Smash here. A lot of 4 toughness creatures. Sabotage is looking worse. That's interesting. Does that mean my opponent has a pump effect of some sort? Oh, that's too bad for us. And I can't do anything, can I? We're going to lose our guy. I can't do anything about it. All right. So be it. Play the Gremlin, pass, and we're on the Whirler Maker plan. All right. So opponent's got 2 flying blockers, which means we need a grand total of 5 dudes before we can kill him. Oh, man. Whirler Maker of his own, huh? Wait, opponent's got 3 blockers to our 6 attackers. I think we got to go for it now. Jeez, that's so awkward. All right, so we swing with everything. Our opponent blocks 3 things. Can't activate the Whirler Maker. All right. We also have the Ruinous Gremlin, by the way. But let's go for lethal here. So we can activate this to destroy the Whirler Maker plus Sabotage. All right. Didn't matter. we got there. So we're playing against green-white. Like I said, Sabotage looks worse. We saw quite a few 4 toughness dudes plus. So sadly, it's kind of a key part of our strategy. I don't even know if we can make changes. Like, it's kind of what we're doing. Maybe I can cut 1, and I don't even know what I'm supposed to do, though. Try out a Spark of Creativity. I don't love that. Try out Fateful Showdown. I don't love that. You have to discard your hand, too. Man, that card's bad. Could do the Inspired Charge. It's good if we got the Whirler Maker. The Gremlin we have for his Whirler Maker, which is nice. Might just be smarter to stick with the Sabotage plan and hope that we just got unlucky and saw all of their 4 toughness guys. Because there's at least a couple dudes we can kill, and we're super hopeful there's more. But I'm not sure what else to do. We don't have a better game plan, is the problem. So let's try it again. I mean, at least the Sabotage could deal with a big board of Whirler Maker tokens, but that's so temporary that it's probably unrealistic. Alright, Sand will do. Gremlin's actually good in this match. Maybe swapping 1 for Gremlin was... Because not only does it take out the Whirler Maker, but taking out a Bastion Mastodon with your 1-drop still costs you 4 mana, but you know what I'm saying. It's pretty good. Ooh. May want to hold off on that puzzle knot. Makes our welding sparks better. All right. Goggles. That was a good draw. So I can do the goggles, equip the gremlin and attack, trade a gremlin for the guide, but I'm not in love with that either. I think we'll just go goggles, equip, and pass. Thing is, I don't want to block either. I kind of want to use gremlin for better purpose later. All right. Hydra's a problem. If I had left up welding sparks, I would have been able to do it in response to adding the energy, but there you have it. So I guess I don't especially want to make that trade. Ooh, Herald. Well, the problem is my opponent can still buff. Yeah, I guess we still play it. So 4 mana, 5/4 hexproof for a turn. That seems extremely powerful. All right, seems pretty bad for us. So we'll take a boatload of damage. Well, I'm pretty glad he did it. But it kind of tells me he's got the trick. I may not have any luxuries here, however. I can only deal... Let's see. This could deal 5 to it, 6, so it's actually +1, +3. Yeah, it's not going to work. I can attack with Herald. No, then he just probably takes it. Yeah, I might just have to go for it. I don't know if I have any choice here. Because if I don't deal with this, I'm just going to die. So I think we have to hope he doesn't have Ornamental Courage. I think he does, but I don't know how I win otherwise, right? Like, if I just play Harrier, am I still taking a hit from it and then getting Ornamental Courage? Maybe I have to go to 7? Okay, alright. We'll try it. I just think it's so likely that there's an Ornamental Courage on the horizon here that it's probably a better idea to just try our best to play around it. I mean, we could just force them to have it. It just seems likely they have it. Alright. Well, they didn't leave it up. Shield Guard. Well, Shield Guard provides a double block, so if they don't have a trick, it's good. It's not an Artificer, though. Otherwise, I can Welding Sparks now and take out the Hydra, but then I'm taking 4 Vigilance. I can also play the Puzzle Knot, deal 1 to my opponent, kill the Mastodon. Which isn't bad. But I'm still left with this dude that I got to deal with, who's not easy to deal with. If I play the Shield Guard, my opponent does not have a trick, which I don't think they do, I guess, if they didn't leave up. Maybe I was just wrong about the Courage. Let's just play this. I think we kind of need it. We need to at least provide a double blocking situation, see if our opponent can attack into it. Alright. Well, that actually, I hope they make the servo. That'd be ideal. Even if they don't, I can kill it. Alright, they didn't, but we can kill it. In fact, we can block it too, so we don't even have to use the Puzzle Knot. So the problem now is I can't use this plus equip, so I'd have to take 5, which is a lot, but I'm going to have to take 3. Could also Sparks. Yeah, I can Sparks this now, attack, take 3, Puzzle Knot next turn. And I can equip too. Okay. I guess we can also Sparks the Flyer. But I was just thinking I'm willing to take 3 because I can deal with it with the Puzzle Knot next turn, which is kind of good. Could also just leave up the Welding Sparks, but... Oh, I need to start attacking here. I think we equip Goggles. Let's Sparks this first. Equip here. Smash for 4. Pass. Puzzle Knot the Pioneer. They don't have a play that's good. So let's smash again. If I had 6 mana, I could go Mechanic. I go Puzzle Knot, Mechanic, Puzzle Knot, and still use it later as like sack fodder, which is kind of cool. But I cannot. Well, it's nice to see Puzzle Knot do something. Gear per Guide. Well, it can revoke his privileges. I guess we don't have to, though, do we? Let's play the Ibex. Threatens lethal next turn. Well, Whirler Maker is going to give my opponent some chump blocks, but Sabotage. I'm going to be 1 short of lethal, aren't I? Because, like, technically I had attack with both. They activate this, and then I Sabotage. But I have to sack the Goggles, which means I'd only deal 6. So we can, I guess, save that. So let's just get in there. Pump the Ibex. We don't even need to use... We're just going to use the Ibex. Yes. No. So, force a chump. Play another Ibex. All right. Ibex, your own, huh? Is there a way to get lethal here? I think there is. Maybe there's not, though. Let's see. They can still use Whirler Maker. Wait a second. So... yeah, I attack, they use Whirler Maker. I Sabotage, I sack the Goggles. I deal 3 to everything. This lives, he's left with... Alright, he's dead. Our opponent is dead. Dead as a doornail. So this Ibex, yeah, I guess both Ibexes. Technically. That way we have 2 lethal dudes. Alright, so they do that. We go like this. And that should do it. That should do it. Alright. So, ended up going, what, 2-1? Not too bad. Deck was kind of cool. It was unique, certainly. Splashing the Whirler Virtuoso in retrospect was a mistake, but I just wanted to try the card out. I've heard such good things. Sabotage worked fine. I mean, it dealt with some pretty serious board states at least a couple times, so I think the plan is fine. Like, it worked fine here. If you really go for that 4 toughness plan, I think Sabotage can do some really serious work. So, it was okay. Whirler Maker ended up okay, too. I didn't get to abuse it all that much, but hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something from that. We'll see you back for more drafting. Thanks for tuning in, folks.